Hey YouTube, it's your boy Danny, and you already know who it is. So, a gentleman approached me on YouTube in the community and wanted me to make two decks, and I told him I would. I made a special video of a special shout out video for him. If you haven't seen it, go check it out. It's just a 3-minute long video. We're gonna make those decks. He wanted to see Darkest Diablos DDDs and Darkest Diablos, and I promised him I would, and I'm a man of my word. I will. It's just we ran out of money early, and we can't get to locals right now. The locals. That's
our locals.
That's our locals. That's how far is it?
It's like about a 30-minute drive for us.
It's a 30-minute drive for us to get out there. So that's our locals. We're gonna get out there eventually. We're gonna do what we can. Just stay with us. Stay positive, and remember, we love you guys. We love the comments. We love the feedback. We love the messages. Like, comment, and subscribe. Somebody told me that the donation button is broken. I will fix that. I just don't know how or when, but I will fix that. But follow us and get at Epic Beast Pro 7 at the Instagram. And Rudy, what were you gonna say?
Nothing. We just, if we finish with all that, I just want to say we're just getting into our deck now.
Yeah. We'll get into it.
If you're finished.
Yeah, no, I just wanted to say it because they told me to start saying it in the beginning.
No, not that part. As you're going on.
Oh yeah. Okay. Well, anyway, so we're gonna get into the deck. It's PK. It's Phantom Knights. It's the theme basically of
PK fire without the
PK fire without the fire. So we're gonna get the deck underway. Rudy, if you want to hand me the cards, start off with the monsters.
Yeah, but is there anything else you want to say before we actually start, or nothing?
I have nothing.
Like how you feel about it, like how it plays.
Oh, how I feel about how it plays. Yeah. It's a very strong deck. It's budget right now. Get it while you can. It just got reprinted. Everything just got reprinted. You can get everything ultra and secret rare, but why do that when you can get it common? Ha. So the deck is very powerful on its own. Comboed with Burning Abyss, it's even more powerful and oppressive. But this is a pure PK variant. I gotta say, it plays very well. It does very good things, and I can't complain about it. So
I'm guessing hints at maybe another deck profile?
Another deck profile, possibly. I played Burning Abyss. I played PK Fire for years, and in 2015, it was one of the most oppressive decks that existed, and in 2014, it was one of the most oppressive decks that existed. So we'll go ahead and get right into it.
We got a 3 of. Danny's gonna go mostly into this. He knows
more
about
I know more about PK than Rudy does. Like, not saying that Rudy doesn't know anything,
but
I
don't know anything.
He doesn't know anything. So this is the Phantom Knights of Ancient Cloak. It's a really good card. It's a really powerful card in its own sense, where it can boost if it's in attack position and a dark monster enters battle. You can change it to defense position, and then that monster will gain 800 attack points. And then it has the stipulation, well, not the stipulation, the graveyard effect, which, if you don't know, all Phantom Knight monsters have graveyard effects, where if it's in the graveyard, you can add one Phantom Knights card from your deck to your hand. So this is your Stratos, basically. This is your Searcher. It lets you add any Phantom Knights card, I believe. Let me double check that. Yep, any Phantom Knights card from your deck to your hand. So play him at 3. I wouldn't play him at any less than 3. He's very good. These are the brothers. These are the ones everybody knows. It's Ancient Cloak, Ragged Boots, Ragged Gloves.
And this one, can you play Isolde?
Yeah, you can play Isolde, actually. It's just not as good because Isolde is a light. You want to play dark monsters in this deck.
I just thought, I was looking through it. I don't know much about it. I just saw the warrior.
Yeah, the warrior thing. So now we have the Phantom Knights of Ragged Gloves. If a monster is XZ, a dark monster is XZ summoned with this card, it gains 1,000 attack points. And then you can banish this card from your graveyard. You can banish this card from your graveyard to send one...
There's a little glare. Sorry, just keep talking.
To send one... Yeah, go ahead and fix my hand if you can, while I'm not paying attention.
Yeah.
to send one Phantom Knights card from your deck to your graveyard. So you can only use each of those effects once per turn, but it's very strong. This one is a Foolish Burial for any Phantom Knights card, and again, all Phantom Knights cards have graveyard effects.
Next, we got another 3 of the Phantom Knights of Silent Boots.
This is one of my favorites because he can special summon himself essentially. The Silent Boots has always had that special summon effect, and then his graveyard effect is when you can banish him and add one Phantom Knight spell or trap from your deck to your hand. It's always been a powerful effect because you can add the Fog Blade, which we'll get to in a little bit. But play him; he's a really good card. And also just a quick little tidbit. We're going to be doing an update video for this deck very soon. It's just I wanted to get it to you guys as soon as possible. And we just got these cards in today. That doesn't mean that we have everything, because I ordered 3 Malicious guys. I finally did it. Haha. And Malicious is going to go in this deck, and I'm going to show you the 1-card combo and to get into the shades of the Link monster.
It basically plays off Armageddon Knight, does it not?
Or, pretty much. Kinda.
And okay. Next we got 3 of. Basically, all these
monsters are in 3 of.
Oh, what we have now.
Of what we have now, you're right. So we have Kamagamuchi Knight. I think that's how you pronounce his name. When you normal summon a level 3 monster, you can special summon this card from your hand. It can't be used as synchro material. That's because when this card came out, it was in the synchro era, but it doesn't say nothing about Xyz or Links. So that's why people play him. That's why he was printed in this deck. Play him at 3, play him at 2. He's a good extender. You can play him with Marauding Captain. Marauding Captain really helps out. But he's a good card. He's a good combo extender.
And the last of our monsters, we got the one that we just talked about, the Armageddon.
The Armageddon Knight, which everybody knows what Armageddon Knight does. Everybody know what Armageddon Knight does. You send a dark monster to graveyard when he's normal or special summoned. Very good support. Very good in this deck specifically because everything wants to be engraved.
And next we're getting to our spells.
So now we're going to go into our spells, like Rudy said.
We got our 3 Allure of Darkness.
Of course, what dark deck wouldn't be complete without Allure of Darkness? My favorite card. You draw 2 and then you pitch, you banish a dark monster, which you don't want to be preemptively banishing a lot of your dark monsters, but like let's say you draw an extra Armageddon Knight or something, or you draw an extra Kamaguchi Knight, it doesn't hurt to banish them.
Imagine having a handful of spells and traps and you draw more.
I know. Well, actually,
28
that would help.
And traps.
Well, that would help because the spells and traps all have effects engraved.
Banishment?
Yeah.
Oh wait.
It would help, believe me. Like if you like for instance, like Rudy just said, I wanna talk about that. If you were to draw a handful of spells and then you have to discard your hand, that would be amazing. Discarding Fogblade, discarding Burgundynes, discarding the claws, discarding everything. Just that would be so cool. But anyway, getting on to it, we have our rank up magic launch. So this can only be used on a dark monster that has no Exi material. Hint hint, that's Dark Rebellion Exi Dragon, and you want to go into Dark Requiem Dragon. It ranks it up by 1, so you're going from a 4 to a 5 or a 3 to a 4. So you can also use it on Ophion. It's up to you what you want to use it on, but it's a good card, and we play it at 2 so you can see it. You can add it too. It's up to you.
Next we got our 2 Called by the Graves.
We have our 2 Called by the Graves. I always talk trash about this card, but it ended up saving me last night against a duel with a friend who didn't really go. The duel didn't go anywhere, but it did save me. I will talk trash about this card as much as I want, but it's a good card. You have to play it in 2018, going to 2019. It's just hand traps it's hand trap city. So be careful. And not only that, this also works on other monsters as well. If your opponent has used up their resources, this really helps.
Next, we got the one Max Chain 2.
So I wanted to talk about this. There's gonna be an update video, and I'm gonna put 2 Mass Change 2s in here. But as of right now, I only have 1, and I'm running 2 Dark Laws. But that's just because I have another Mass Change that's gonna go in here. The deck is gonna be updated and profiled again. We're gonna have a remix deck version of this, just like our Junk Speeder and our Cybers. And as soon as we have the remix done, we'll get it to you guys.
Our one card that doesn't need no explaining.
We don't explain this card on this channel. You just play it.
Another one. Well, basically.
Basically.
2 more, right? Because
well, yeah, I guess you're right. This ain't need no explaining. Play it. It wins games. This adds your whole deck. Every card in your deck adds it. Play it.
But in reality, it adds 1.
Just 1, but still.
This one.
This card dumps your whole deck. Play it.
Not your whole deck.
All your monsters.
Yeah, your monsters, but not
your whole deck.
No, not your whole deck, because you got spells and traps in there.
Rudy, why are you so cynical? Okay, so going on to traps, the trap lineup is heavy, but it's Phantom Knights. So, of course it's going to be heavy.
Yeah.
So, the very first card I wanted to talk about. None other, the original bad boy himself, Fogblade. So, Fogblade is basically Fiendish Chain, but more powerful. It's so good. It's so powerful. It chains onto a monster, and then that monster can't be targeted for attacks, and then it has its effects negated, and it's so good at chaining. And then not only that, once it's in the graveyard, you can banish this card to target one Phantom Knights monster in your graveyard and special summon it, but banish it when it leaves. But that's okay, because you're gonna Xyz with that monster. Usually, if you Xyz with that monster, it doesn't get banished, because it's not leaving the field technically.
Next, we got 2 of.
Which one's this one? Oh, this one. This one's a cool one. So the Phantom Knight's Wings. You target one face-up monster on the field. It gains 500 attack points. Also, for the first time that card would be destroyed by battle or by card effects. This turn, it's not destroyed, and banish that card. Banish this card from your graveyard, and you can target one Phantom Knight monster in your graveyard and special summon it, but banish it when it leaves the field. So it has the same stipulation as Fogblade, but it's protection. So you could play it at 3. I play it at 2 personally because I want to see it.
These next ones are basically all at 2, I think. Except,
Just about, yeah.
Yeah, except for 1, 2. There's okay. Yeah, there's only 2 cards we have at 1, and the rest are at 2.
Yeah. So the reason I play these at 2, this is something I'm experimenting with. It lets you, it's like the Shades of Burgundy that lets you special summon a monster, but the monster comes out level 3, which is very interesting. Very, very interesting that it comes out at level 3. And you can banish this card from the graveyard to target one face-up trap your opponent controls and negate the effects until the end of the turn. So, hello. Macrocosmos. Yeah, negate. So, it's a good card. I would try it out. It's a tech. Either play that or Kaijus. We were playing Kaijus. It's up to you.
Next, we got these 2.
So, this is the Shades of Burgundy, or Burgundyne. If you don't control traps in your graveyard, you can just activate this card straight up from your hand, and it gives you a free level 4 normal monster. Very powerful card. Dark normal monster, which gives you link material, link fodder. So, Gokis abuse this card, Sky Strikers abuse this card, and now it's finally back where it belongs with PK.
Our final 2 of.
Our final 2 of is the Blade, the Sword. This one gives them 800 attack points. So you target one face-up monster on the field, it gains 800 attack points. And if it would be destroyed by battle or card effect, you can destroy this card instead. When this card leaves the field, destroy that card. You can banish this card from the graveyard to target one Phantom Knight monster in the graveyard. Special summon it, but banish it when it leaves the field. Same thing as the others.
Our 1-ofs.
are one of. So this is the new card. This is the new card that just recently got printed. This is Claws, I believe, Mist Claws. So it has a protection effect. I'm gonna go ahead and just read it off because I'm new to this card as well. Like completely new to this card. Target one of your banished Phantom Knights monsters and add it to your hand. When your opponent's monster declares a direct attack, when this card is in your graveyard, you can target one level 4 or lower Phantom Knights monsters in your graveyard. Special summon that monster, and if you do, special summon a card as a normal. Special summon this card as a normal monster with the same original level as that monster. Warrior, Dark, 0 attack, 0 defense. This card is not treated as a trap. If it was summoned this way, banish it when it leaves the field. So that's some pretty good protection effect. It's pretty good special summon effect. I would consider running 2, but a lot of people have been telling me to run 1. I've been getting mail about it running 1 because some people knew that I was gonna do this deck. Other people didn't. This is a surprise for some of you. And then our final card, which I'm just teching in, is the Phantom Knights of the wrong Magneteering, I guess. I didn't really know. So when your opponent's monster declares a direct attack, negate the attack and special summon this card in attack position as an effect monster. Warrior, level 2, 0 attack, 0 defense, with the following effect. But it's not treated as a trap. Quick effect. You can send this card and one face-up card you control to the graveyard. Either a Phantom Knights monster or a Phantom Knights continuous spell or trap card, and draw 2 cards. So it's a good card. It's a good little tech. I just want to try it. It's something that I want to test out. I can't say that it's gonna work, but if it does work, let me know, you know, if you guys get to it. So now we're gonna go ahead and go off into our extra deck. So I'm gonna go ahead and arrange the cards real quick. So first off, we're gonna update it. Don't get mad at me, please. Please don't send hate for this. But we're playing 2 Phantom Knight Break Swords. So Break Sword, what he does is pops a card on your opponent's side of the field and pops a card on your side of the field. He can pop himself, and if he does, the Exi material that he has under him, you special summon them, but a level higher if they're Phantom Knights. We have Dark Rebellion XZ Dragon, who is good, powerful card, lowers your opponent's attack points by half. We have Dark Requiem XZ Dragon, one of my favorite monsters. This has always been one of my favorite monsters, and is probably my favorite monster in this deck. So basically what he does, for those of you who don't know, if he has Dark Rebellion XYZ Dragon as material underneath him, he gains the following effects. Once per turn, you can detach 1 material from this card to target 1 face-up monster your opponent controls, change its attack to 0, and if you do, this card gains attack equal to that monster's original attack. When your opponent activates a monster effect, quick effect, you can detach 1 material from this card, negate the activation, and if you do, destroy that card, and then you can special summon 1 XZ monster from your graveyard. So you detach Dark Rebellion, special summon him, or detach Break Sword, summon Break Sword, you have a beater. And not only that, there's other ways of getting more material on him with the Rank Up Magic launch. So now, don't get mad at me, please. We're running 1 Dante. I ordered the other 2 Dantes. They're coming in. I want to play 3 Dantes, 3 Break Swords, because I believe that's the correct ratios. You could get away with running 2. It's up to you. Then we have Livier the Sea Dragon. It got printed, and I decided, since it got printed in the structure deck, I wanted to play it. We're running number 86 as a placeholder. He's a very powerful card if you can get him off. If you're playing the 4-axis version of this deck, we're playing the 3-axis. This card is bomb to get off. It wins you the duel. There's nothing your opponent can do. There's no way around it. There's no kaijuing it. There's no anything. This card is probably one of the most powerful cards ever printed, if not the most powerful card printed. So now, like I was saying, I run 2 Dark Laws. I'm gonna get the other mass change in pretty soon. we'll get around to that. Next, we got your boy, the new Phantom Knights Phantom Knights Link, who during your main phase you can send one Phantom Knights monster from your deck to the graveyard, and then set one Phantom Knights spell directly from your deck. So you set Fogblade into your spell and trap zone. If a dark monster is XYZ summoned to a zone this card points to, while there's monsters on the field, you can target one card on the field, destroy it. You can only use each of the effects of Phantom Knights, Rusty, Berdouche once per turn, and it cannot be used as link material. So it's a very powerful card, very good card. I want to play 2. I'm going to get around to it. It's probably going to take out 86. We play Wee Witch because the whole deck is dark. We play 1 Underclock Taker. We're going to go ahead and play 1 Decode Talker, which I think is okay to play. The extra deck can be experimented with. We have Firewall Dragon, and then finally we have Topological Gumblar Dragon, which I recommend going into more often because you can discard cards from your hand and discard cards from your opponent's hand, and you want to discard your cards. So anyway, guys, that's gonna wrap up the profile. Get at us, like, comment, and subscribe. Again, Rudy, do you want to say anything?
No, you got it all.
Yeah. This deck is very good. This deck is very powerful. This deck is very budget. It's budget friendly. So if you want to play a really good deck that you could take to locals and probably win with, this is a very good version of it. I'm going to go ahead and get you the updated remix maybe next week, hopefully, with the Maliciousness, the extra Dantes, and the extra everything. Like, there's a lot of cards that I ordered that you'll see that we'll get around to. But thank you all for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe again. And most importantly,
Catch us on turn 2.